And we're live.
And we're live. I mean, we're doing. This has been some week. I gotta tell you,
hasn't it? Oh my goodness!
But finally, I'm learning Adobe Audition. So I'm finally I'm finally editing my first audiobook. And it's a lot easier than I thought, but I'm hoping I don't screw it up somewhere and have to redo the whole thing again. But I'm really excited about that. I'm halfway through. I started this morning and I'm halfway through. So I'm hoping that by the end of the day today, I'll have my first audiobook set up and ready to go on YouTube. So I don't know. It's exciting.
Are you doing the voices? Are you doing the voices?
This one doesn't have as many voices. One doesn't have as many voices. When I do the main Eagle Raven series, definitely it needs voices, and I'm going to be doing the voices. This one doesn't have as many voices, but it is nice to be able to finally get this story out on YouTube as an audiobook, though.
So when can we expect this?
Maybe by Monday. Ooh. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I actually like learning new things, new technologies.
We're going to teach people a lot about new technologies today.
Yeah,
But you ready to start this party, Daphne?
Well, I don't know. So what's today's date anyway?
Good morning, everyone. It is March 8th, 2024 for you people that'll be tuning in later on Spotify. And this is the Rage Into the Vlogs. We still don't know what that means, but
we'll wing it as always.
We're going to wing it. You ready to start this shit?
Absolutely not, but hit it.
Good morning, nerds.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Rage Into the Vlogs show. So who's joining us in the chat today?
So far, we got a bunch of eyeball people, but the only people speaking to us are Dan, Michael, and Robert. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good morning. Hello. And yes, I see. Wow, all my eyeball people are all crowding up like goldfish waiting to be fed. It's like, oh, look at you coming in over here. So, well, yes, I see you, my beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. If you are watching us from Facebook, if you're watching us from Twitter.
It's not Twitter, it's
I was like, LinkedIn isn't even on the list today. I guess we're giving the LinkedIn people a break. If you're watching us from over there yonder, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat. Keep everybody company. Yeah, Facebook has a tendency to act up, as we've all learned the other day. Hey, hello, everybody. As we learned the other day, Facebook has a tendency to act up, and Twitter now lets us see your comments. But you know what? It's just a lot easier if you could just come over to YouTube. It's a lot easier.
And you can find us at indiecomicsnetwork.com.
We have. Well, I haven't. Yes, you can do that too. Yes, but I guess we might as well just. Like I said, we have a lot going on today.
Yes, let's get through our introductions and get the party started.
So, hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers.
And I am known for my furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter later on this year, actually in a couple of months, not even in a couple of months. It's the brand new Tears of the Mother story arc, which continues directly after the Thieves Quest story arc. It is a re-release of the previous issues, of issues 1 through 5, which we have released on Kickstarter before, but this time with the brand new issue 6 of this 8-issue limited series. The link is in the show notes and in the chat for the pre-launch page. So make sure you sign up and hit that notify me button so you get notified when the campaign goes live. And I am also known for my medieval fantasy drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn. Thank you, everybody, again, who pledged the previous campaign. I just sent the books out to the printer. So hopefully by next Friday, hopefully it may be the 22nd. I don't know, it depends. I gave him a deadline. Hopefully in about 2 weeks, we will have the books. I can get these out to you before the end of the month, or at least the first week of April. So hopefully so thank you, everybody, for that. The books are in production, and thank you so much for supporting the campaign. And also, you can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, LAGE Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, all full of magnesium, is Nita.
Good morning. My name is Nita Lanning, and I am a writer, vlogger, blogger from Southeast Louisiana, and I own the Google account that runs the Indie Comics Network, where we try to bring you daily comics-centered stuff.
Right. And where can you find it?
IndieComicsNetwork.com.
It's .com. Cut.
Oh my goodness. So we have a lot going on. So on Monday, I warned Nita, don't make me talk about AI, right? And we started talking about it. I ended up talking about it on my Wednesday show as well, but in this conversation, you actually introduced me to a new artist that actually I wasn't familiar with up until now. And, why don't we bring her in so that we can all learn who she is?
Hi. I'm here.
Yeah,
trying to.
So like I said, with all the conversation from before, it's like, honestly, I have to admit that it's like, oh, so who is this artist? So why don't we, it's like, oh, let's bring her on, right? So tell the peoples who you are.
I'm not very good with introductions, but I'll give it a shot. Hi, my name is Anna Zhuo. I know a lot of people try to say Zhao or whatever, but it's Anna Zhuo, and I am currently a comic cover artist, but I do a lot of freelance work, mainly a lot of the more anime style artwork. And I've been doing comic covers since 2018.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I don't know if that's really new, recent. We skipped 2020. We don't count that. But
well, we don't like to not count 2020.
Yeah. And I've just gone mainly just comic covers, go show to show, and just showcase showcase my work, meet people, and maybe cause some drama in the industry.
Apparently. But you know what? Let's start from the beginning.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I specifically picked out this shirt.
But let's start from the beginning, though, because it's like, you're not known for your drama, you're known for your artwork. So how did it all start? Where did baby Anna start when it comes to artwork, and how did you hit this trajectory now that you're doing comic book covers?
So the funny thing is, I've actually never grew up with comics.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm a late bloomer myself.
Yeah, so I've actually never even thought about being a comic artist. So I've always done art on the side, but it wasn't until I moved. So right now I live in Mobile, Alabama. I'm also a New Yorker.
Oh, what part? What part?
Brooklyn.
Oh, Hello.
Yeah,
I'm
where are you?
Queens.
Queens.
I'm Queens.
Okay, my brother's in Queens. So when I moved down here, long story short, just life happens. So I moved down to Mobile, Alabama, and I met some good people who kind of inspired me to get back into art. And where it kind of went was DeviantArt. We all know DeviantArt.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think everybody starts out
yeah.
there.
So with DeviantArt, I'm huge into Sailor Moon. I am a Sailor Moon nerd. And we had these groups like making fan characters and doing fan art and things like that. So I had like a whole portfolio of just Sailor Moon fan art, and I
Mhm,
dug into like more fantasy art. Um, and at the time, I was working at a local comic TCG, well, not comic, a TCG shop for my friend, and they had like a case where they let me showcase my work there, like maybe get a few commissions
right,
or maybe get some customs or anything like that.
right. So,
Um,
now you said TCG?
trading card game,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. All right.
like Magic the Gathering,
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon.
Mhm,
It's pretty good shop there. And so they were kind enough to do that, and that's also when I ventured into like my first con in like
mhm,
2015. It was a local con. So I had a good portfolio. Um then I displayed it, and at the time there was a like a comic store that kind of moved in, like rented a space. Hey guys, that rented a space in the store, and one of the guys that did CGC at the time, he was just
mhm,
snooping around looking, and he's like, "Hey, this is good work." And he wanted to venture out and try. His name is Steve Hyatt. I'm still great friends with him till this day. Um, so I guess long story short, he eventually opened his own shop and wanted to do a variant cover.
Oh.
He's like, "Hey, I know, right?" So I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh." So he wanted to invest in me, just to try it out. He supports local artists and stuff.
So he's like kind of a patron in the true sense of the
Yeah,
word.
and he
Uh-huh.
knows comics. Like
Right.
he's an old school. Like he loves Frazetta,
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Warren
yeah.
days.
Don't
Yeah,
we all?
yeah. He collected. So and he's been around here for many years, so he knows the comic people in the area
Mhm,
too. But it was back in 2017 or 18 or so. um he was interested. I started hanging out a lot more at the shop, and he was interested in doing a variant cover for
mhm.
Hit Girl number 1. I'm like, I mean, if you want to invest in me, sure, but I don't know this industry. I mean, I'm learning.
Mhm.
I can't guarantee I get you any money back.
Right,
But he was really nice about it, and that just started everything, I
right.
suppose.
I mean, and
It
how
is kind of interesting.
right, so Hit Girl, right, it sounds familiar,
It's
because
Image Comics, Hit
okay.
Girl and Kick Ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they
Yeah.
sound familiar.
Yeah.
Shows you how much I know about this. So I'm very like independent and like independent comics and very
Uh-huh.
foreign. Most right now I'm in my like my foreign comics phase. So era as the kids are saying, I'm in my foreign comics era
Okay.
right now. So I'm not really like you see the funny thing is like people go, "Oh, Hit Girl," and it's like in Kick Ass or indie and it's like, well, they're not indie the way I know indie.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, I understand. I understand.
yeah. So how did that work? So he commissioned you to do a cover for a mainstream book essentially?
Actually,
Like
so actually before that, I just remembered because I don't know
right.
why I forgot it. The first
Right.
actual job
Uh-huh.
was being a colorist
Uh-huh.
for a friend for a comic called Heavenly Blues
Okay.
under Scout Comics, and it was like
Mhm.
a New York Comic Con kind of thing.
Right.
So I colored that, but he saw potential in my work, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he basically commissioned me, of course, like whatever cover rate, and
Right,
he talked
yeah.
to Image Comics, and Image Comics and the team, they approved me
Uh-huh.
for it, and there you have it. However, there were some reviews like, oh, you know, Hit Girl is a little girl, so no, nudity or no
Right.
anything
Now,
like
mind you,
that.
if she's chopping off a guy's head,
Oh
that's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine. It was
That's
a
cool,
bloody cover.
whatever.
So I don't even know if I can find it, but
Right, yeah.
I can find it eventually and show you guys.
Right.
But it just started then.
Right.
Like, I mean, it did fairly well. I mean, it was my first full cover.
Right.
I don't think it was too bad. But ever since then, we started having a good, friendship
Mhm.
relationship, and all
Right.
we did like a signing, and then got together with like other
Right.
artists in the area, did free comic book day. Let's see if I can find it.
Right.
Hit Girl. Yeah, that was like 2018.
Right.
Um,
I don't know. Would you consider a hit? I mean, because I think by now it's like we can all safely say that Image is not independent.
um, they kind of fell off.
Right. Yeah.
Which imprint of Image? It was Mark Millar.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
It's like
Maybe.
2018. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I put the other screen out. I don't know if
Oh.
it's
Oh, here it
sharing.
is. Okay.
Yeah, so
There
that's
we
the
go.
cover.
Uh-huh.
It's a bit bloody.
Huh.
Yeah, 2018, Mark Millar. Yeah, he was Millar Universe. I'm not
Right.
too familiar, but there's like
Right.
a whole movie, Hit Girl and Kick
Right.
Ass on it too.
Uh-huh.
So,
Nice.
and then we did a bunch of like lower print runs because this was 500 print run. That's a lot of money investment. So I was like flattered and honored
Right.
and stuff like that. So,
Well,
but
yeah.
local comic shop, supporting
Mhm.
artists is
Yeah.
great. Retain the rights for I'm
Yeah,
just looking
ish.
to the
They're
Image.
indie-ish.
Right.
well,
Image. Yeah.
Image was kickstarted by Jim Lee
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and Todd and all of
Yeah.
them. So it
Mhm.
was pretty cool.
Right.
Then we did a bunch of to me these are more indie aftershock scout comics.
Right. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
much smaller than the Image comics. So that started a few covers, and then I worked with several local artists. Hey Paige.
Huh.
Um and then the whole unknown comics thing was I just keep getting adopted by people. That's
Oh,
all
well.
it is. I just get adopted by people. So Unknown Comics was passing by town around end of 2018. And actually they were one of my goals to like work for because they do a lot of Marvel and DC. It's just really cool at the
Oh.
time.
Mhm.
But they were passing by and then they wanted to try out some so I met them at the shop. They're like, "Hey, do you want to try out for New York Comic Con and C2E2?" I'm like, "Hell yeah."
Why not?
Oh, you're twisting my arm.
Yeah, you're trusting my I was like, "Hell yeah, I won't make
Uh,
you any money, but I will take up a spot if it's free. I'll pay my own
Yeah.
way and all
No.
that."
Yeah. Really.
I was
Was that your first convention?
my first convention was in 2015. It was
Mm.
local, but this was more like my first comic
Right.
venture. So C2E2 2019 was my first comic. Hey guys. Thanks for chiming in into the Indie Comic Network. I know you're here all for like, drama juice, but
Well, we'll
wait.
get to
We'll
the
wait.
drama. We'll get to the
Yeah,
drama.
it's
You know.
but yeah, 2019 got along very well with Unknown Comics. They wanted to support more artists and see how well like because I was new at the time. They did have people like Sam De La Rosa who does
Mhm.
the Venom, and then you have Lethal Protector right there. He will talk on and on and on about it. And then Miko Swyan. So, and I didn't even know who they are. I'm like, oh my god, why am I next to superstars? So that was the first
Right.
venture, and it just went on from there.
Right.
He saw what it did for my career because a lot of people came up and asked for covers and commissions. That's something very new to me,
Mhm.
and they wanted to keep doing it to see like different results. And I'm like, I don't mind being your guinea pig.
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I'll go. That's fine. That's
Uh-huh.
fine by me. So just kept going and going with it till this day, really.
Right. Now, if the comics thing, like, I guess, like that piece of kismet hadn't happened. I mean, what was your initial trajectory that you thought that you were going to do more like have a more illustrative career, like, or
Before
or
the
was just going to be like a side thing? Yeah.
for comics.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no. If
Well,
the
for art.
comics, yeah, for your art in general, like up until that point, like what did you think that you were going to do with your artwork?
Oh,
Right.
I actually wanted to do I was one of those print wall artists that a lot of people
Ah.
don't like.
Uh-huh.
I love doing fan art, but I
Right.
was eventually going to do my own original art. Like I have a
Mhm.
lot of sketches of, you know, my take on the different sins, the
Right.
elements, like the
Oh, nice.
fantasy. I
Yeah.
love watercolor and fantasy and
Right.
the flowers and everything.
Uh-huh.
Like I have a lot of projects that, you know, just is in the back burner.
Mhm. Huh.
Because of the whole comic thing. And this year, I'm actually trying to put my own IP stuff out more
Mhm.
because fan art is great, but they're not yours.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of controversy when it comes to fan art and, you know, the whole IP theft and, you
Yeah.
know, cease and desist. And I get it. And funny about the fan art thing and the, you know, it kind of ties into the whole Pensacon issue
Yeah.
too, because they
Yeah.
kind of try to
It
accuse me about selling unlicensed prints and things like that. I'm like, your whole con is selling unlicensed prints. I
yeah,
don't care if
there
you
yeah.
work for Marvel and DC. They didn't those prints did not come directly from like
Yeah, because it's like I've gotten into fights with with rabid 16-year-olds at anime conventions,
yeah.
um, over the idea that because they all go, oh, there's a gray area. There's like, no, there is no gray area. It's like if you're doing fan art, technically it's
Technically is
theft.
IP theft.
It's like technically it's not technically it's IP theft. You're
Yeah,
using
it
that
is.
character
Right.
without the permission
Yeah,
of companies. It's just that the only reason you're getting away with it is because you haven't gotten caught yet.
yeah.
You know?
So the
Yeah.
thing about IP theft is funny too because it's a little. I can say it's a little different when it comes to overseas with the anime world. It's
Right.
like they're asking for fan art that helps
Yeah.
promote.
They encourage it because it
Yes,
Yeah.
helps
It's the
they.
promote
whole. I
them.
So
mean,
it's
that's
a
the whole
mix.
foundation of doujinshi. You know
Yeah,
that it's all
there's
fan. It's like
actually a gray
fan art and
area. Companies
independent.
allow.
Yeah. They have
No,
more.
well, there's really no gray
No, not
area.
in the
Like
United
I know
States.
everybody has their own opinion. It is IP theft.
Yeah.
But if you ask the company, especially the indies, they will let you do it, and that is the gray area. And some companies, like I said, anime does ask for it because it does drive and help the whole, you know, push the industry. But when
Yeah.
it comes to American, it's like a little different. But if you want to take it
Yeah.
to court and talk legal issues, it is IP theft.
Yeah. It's like
Like like
yeah.
like people can have their own opinion.
But an opinion is not what the law says.
Yeah, opinion is not what the law says.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do it because we do get away with it.
Yeah.
Even at cons like San
But the
like
fact that
like,
they
like
would
like
point their
San Diego.
finger at you when I'm sure half the fucking people there were
Yeah.
selling unlicensed fan
So
art.
Yeah.
take San Diego, right?
Yeah.
You have Marvel and DC walking around. Do they
Yeah.
give a rat's ass? No.
Mhm.
No,
That's
but I
the
did
gray
see
area. But if you
uh,
make enough money, they won't say no because
right.
I've known Marvel and DC artists that are big professionals who has gotten their ass
Yes,
sued.
I've seen it with my own eyeballs.
Yes, they
There
make
was
metal
yeah,
prints of
yeah.
some things. You can get your ass sued.
Yes. Adam Hughes got busted at a San Diego
He's
Comic
one of
Con.
them. He's one of them.
Yeah.
So whatever
Uh,
you want to think, hey, bye. Thanks for chiming in. I mean, whatever you want to think about this whole copyright thing, it's on your own. It's your own risk. You do what you want, what you think is right, but it is IP theft.
yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So, but as an artist, you do want to make your own IP.
Yeah.
You want to push your own IP, your own at the end, you know. If so yeah.
Yeah.
Even anime, Funimation, Viz Media, they have gone around cons and have done takedowns.
Yeah. I've seen
It's not
Paramount do
it's
it.
not that they want to get rid of fan art. It's like fan art does help. And it does build a
Well, if it
portfolio.
didn't, they'd have their lawyers marching up and down the
Right.
aisles and
And,
issuing
you know,
cease and
another
desist
artist
on
brought up
every other
this
table.
this good point is, another popular artist brought up this point is, when you do portfolio reviews with Marvel and DC, they kind of do want to see how you draw their character.
Yeah.
Just don't make $1,000,000 or, you know, a lot of these bigger artists, they
Not
get
without them. Not without them.
so it's a very controversial topic.
Right.
But you
And
do
also, right.
I sell fan art.
Yeah.
But if they send me a cease and desist, like, I'm fine
You're
with
gonna
it.
just gonna
Right.
stop. Like
No, but the ironic thing about it, like I've seen Disney especially
Yes.
hire fan art artists
Yes.
to become part of their Wonderground gallery portfolio.
I
right.
mean,
You know,
so MegaCon,
yeah.
MegaCon, the Stitch #1 came out.
Mhm.
It's everywhere.
Oh, because you have also done work for Disney.
I've done, yeah, well, technically ish.
Ish.
So there was a booth around me that does Stitch tunes, turns you into a Stitch character. But
Oh.
no, they're great. They're fantastic, but you know, they're also in Orlando. But they've
Right.
been there for years and no one
Right.
said anything. But there have been takedowns with Disney
Yeah.
products.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Etsy, Redbubble.
Yeah.
So it's like picky and choosy. So if you want to play with fire, just
Yeah.
know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But definitely as an artist, try to come up with your own IP.
Yeah.
Right.
Make something that's yours, your own comic, your own brand line, anything like that. So I
Mhm.
think that's very important. And it's kind of a mark in, you know, history too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Send thousands of commissions drawing fan art to sell as prints. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I mean, people employ me to do commissions, and I ask them if it's okay because I don't have time to do my own thing, which
Right.
I'm learning to make time.
Right.
So a lot of my prints are people's commissions. Of course, I
Right.
do ask them if it's
Yeah.
okay. And it's not like Marvel and DC hasn't seen my portfolio before.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. But in the end, like I said, we've seen professionals, you know, who like I've seen more professionals get takedown notices
Yeah.
than your average artist alley, you know, some 16-year-old
Yeah.
at an anime convention.
But
Right.
what's crazy is before the comic industry, I was actually fearful of takedowns and IP
Uh-huh.
and copyright.
Right.
I was also fearful using references.
Oh
It was a
no,
big
you're not one of those.
no-no. It
No,
wasn't until
references are good.
no, it wasn't until Archer kind of just like smacked my head a few times with
Ooh.
some words that references are important. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's like
They are.
you can't draw what you've never seen. It's just like ringing
Right.
in my head.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, that's a whole other subject with
Right.
references.
And also poses are not copyrightable.
Yes.
Everybody uses the same poses over and over and over. Don't worry about
We
it.
can only bend in so many positions.
You know, right? So, yeah.
But
You know,
the whole copyright thing, it you know, with the whole Pensacon drama.
well, you see, because here's right. So here's the thing. So as somebody who that you know you're an artist who all your work, like your living, comes from doing artwork,
Yes.
and people come to you to commission you to buy artwork
Right.
from you. People want to buy prints, they want to buy original artwork. So there's something about your style, about your artwork that obviously appeals to people, that they come to you for your version
Yeah.
of these characters, right? So I've spoken before on a previous show that we have a friend who works in traditional publishing. And for the last 10, 15 years, he has pretty much been seeing new technologies like AI decimate his industry, you know, where it's getting harder and harder for him to, and mind you, he's not talking about artwork. He's an editor. You know, he edits, he does graphic design, he
Oh,
edits,
okay.
you know, it's like,
Yeah.
so I mean, we're talking about entire magazines where before he would be hired to lay out magazines and have a team of interns supporting him. Now it's the reverse. They have AI setting up the layouts, and then they hire him for like a couple of days to be the intern to look over what the to kind of like fix what the AI did and then call it a day. So as somebody who is, especially right now on the forefront of this fight, pretty much, it's like, have you been noticing like AI affecting like the commissions that you get, or the amount, like, has it been affecting you the same way that maybe it's been affecting our friend?
So for me, especially my commissions, so it hasn't affected me on the commission part because I do traditional mainly. However, it has affected in my opinion, the comic cover industry job part because I'm starting to see more and more comic AI mixed covers, or the ones that seem questionable.
Right.
And some of them I really think they have used AI, and that's a job that could have been someone else's.
Right.
And I think because they charge a really cheap rate, a lot of these people are jumping into it.
I don't know, because I've been hearing stories where they're charging like, $1,000 for
Oh,
like
hell no. Who the hell?
these AI.
Some of them are.
Who the
Some of them
fuck?
are.
Yeah, like I've been hearing stories where it's just the opposite, where these AI scammers come in. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, I'll do a cover for you for $1,000.
But why, when you could just hire an actual comic cover artist?
Because
And their
they
rate
think,
is not even that high.
because in the end, the people think they're hiring an actual artist.
Oh my god.
It's
So,
it's
and
messy out there.
And this
It's
is
messy.
where people who hire people, like,
Right.
you need to learn to spot, like, especially if you care about using or not using AI in your
Right.
product or whatever, you have
Yeah.
to learn how to spot if it's AI or not. And
Right.
right now with the AI technology, it's more than just they really don't have messed up fingers. Like, if it's a really good,
Not
especially,
anymore.
an artist who knows what they're doing and they
Yeah.
use AI to mix, they can either use it as a reference or they mix
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And they fix the hands. I've seen it, and there are some questionable covers.
Right.
Even before the show, I was just talking to someone about it.
Right.
But it's like you just have to know, like, paying $1,000. That's
No.
that's more than most professional comic cover rate.
Yeah. Well, they're obviously
Get
taking
someone that
advantage.
actually has a name.
Yeah, they're actually. I mean, they're taking advantage of people who don't know any better.
Right.
Yeah. But then it takes people who do know better to teach
Right.
them if they want to
Yeah.
be
Right.
taught.
Right.
You can't, we can lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Going back to the prince, right? Like, even before, before we get into the whole thing about AI, right? So, there's always been this thing that there's always been this beef with, fan art.
Yeah.
That it's like that you could see like the average fan at a convention where they would take, let's put it this way, a lesser quality work because it's Deadpool than a brilliantly imagined painting of something they didn't recognize.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I keep hearing about AI is that AI is not going to be successful because it's good. It's going to be accepted because the average person doesn't know what really good art is. Like, they'll accept shit because they don't know there are better sandwiches
Right.
available.
Well, it's also some people accept shit because that's what they have budget for.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Ooh, that's even worse, I think.
That's even worse, because like I believe people should be saving to invest. If you want a good comic, you need to invest in that comic,
quality.
invest in that dream, invest in quality. So you need to fucking scrimp and save. I mean, like I said the other day, I've seen people donating plasma to pay their fucking artist.
Yeah. People donate plasma to pay for a lot of random things.
Yeah.
So it's funny because it reminds me of we call trading card games, we call them cardboard crack.
Right.
And people will donate plasma to get some cardboard crack.
They need that magic. They
But
need
yeah,
But
magic
here's
to
the thing:
gathering
you have to
cards.
remember, conventions
Mhm.
also attract the younger crowd that don't have the money yet. So
Mhm.
what can they
Right.
afford?
Right.
Probably the messed up AI version or whatever instead of the $300 artist. I don't blame them, and this is where we kind of have to teach society,
Right.
teach people, not to waste their money
Right.
on poor
Yep.
quality.
Right.
So I mean,
And that's like, that seems to be like an overall societal problem. Like I keep reading articles how furniture is lower quality, food's lower quality, clothes are lower quality. It's like now art is lower quality.
yeah, everything's lower quality.
Right.
I mean, hell, it's I don't know. The thing about this whole art thing in at conventions is just it really depends
Right.
what they have in their money and things like that. I
Right.
even before the comic industry really is the only industry I know that actually pays artists a lot of money for their
Wow.
art
That's
because
saying much. That's-
because it's actually funny
Uh-huh.
because before I did comic industry, there will always be people coming up to my table asking for $10 sketches
Yeah.
or like, hey, this is too much, and and you have some artists who will squeeze every dime and penny work out of you for $30.
Right.
All right, fair. Then when I joined the comic industry, I'm like, oh my god, people paid $300 for this, $100 for
Right.
that, left and right, or publish pieces this much. Holy
Right.
crap! And I've known, so I think this is actually a pretty shareable information. So a lot of the professional artists in the game industry, they actually take a pay cut to join the comic industry too. I didn't even know that the gaming industry pays that much,
Right.
but for digital art,
Uh-huh.
not original.
Right.
But comic industry
Yeah,
is really the
usually
only place
original.
for
Yeah. Oh,
original
usually
art.
originals is a different price range if they want to keep the originals.
Yeah, but to me it was crazy. It was real crazy. So it goes back to the whole. I just remember the younger crowd.
Right.
They will pay and then pay very low. So when you have all these bloat AI images going around and it's just
Right.
really cheap and churning out really cheap, they're gonna pay for it. Look at what's the website? Fever,
Yeah.
whatever,
Oh
where they
yeah,
buy
yeah,
it.
that garbage.
All these people charging like really cheap for poor, this quality work, and of course they're gonna get customers.
Right.
Or
Because
the
again,
people
people
who
are
want
looking at cheap as
yeah,
opposed to quality.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you always have the people who just don't want to pay for much.
Right. Yeah.
So
I mean, that is, in the end, it's like, and you see, and that's the problem with where the technology was supposed to be a tool for us to enhance what we do. It's complete, the it exists solely to be weaponized against us. As like it wasn't created with any benevolence on part of these companies. Oh,
yeah,
we want to help artists up their game,
yeah.
or
Right.
something. We want to help artists move to the next level. It was all done with the intention of you never have to hire an artist again.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Which is really sad.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I it brings me another point. Is have you read the article with the whole Google bloatware and then the whole Mid Journey and Stable Diffusion eating
Yes.
Oh
itself?
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yes, this is
So
Let
great.
them fight.
So for,
Ouroboros,
so for people who are
Ouroboros.
not aware, when it comes to AI art, most people probably use our phone apps.
Yeah.
Like I think it all started with like Lenza or whatever.
Yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
trying to be
It's
an
like,
anime
oh, like,
character or
yeah,
whatever,
you turn yourself into an anime character
or
and stuff like that.
Snapchat filtering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
sort of whatever.
Yeah, the average person sees this as like another toy.
Yeah.
They don't, that's why it's like a lot of people don't understand, like, oh, what are you so upset about?
And then
It's
it's
like,
running rampant.
oh, nothing. It's just decimating my industry. It's okay.
Right.
It's all based off this thing called a generative AI model, where
Yeah.
the information it gets is from existing things that are on the
Yeah.
web, the Google
Yeah.
images and
Yeah.
everything like that. So it is actually taking from your finished piece, my finished
Yeah.
piece, art, all the big artists, Todd
Right.
McFarlane,
Yeah.
Frazetta,
Yeah.
Artgerm.
Yeah. And not only that, but the companies have admitted that they've forced their way into private servers to
Oh
scrape.
yeah.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I mean,
it's
there was
so
a whole list that was published. It was not
yeah.
even a full list of
Right.
all the artists they have taken
Right.
from without any
Right.
permission.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was also in the automatic opt-in, not
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
choice.
Right. Yeah.
So you got people who it's not just text prompts, by the way.
Right.
Text
Yeah.
prompt is just the easier part, but you got programs like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, and most of these apps are based off Stable Diffusion.
Right.
So right now within the company, Stable Diffusion went to steal Midjourney's data.
Well, that's how they've built that. That was the foundation. Why change now?
Now they're banning all the Stable Diffusion people. It's like
Yeah.
they're having an internal war right now, cannibalizing each other. and
Let them
it's great.
fight. Let them
Let them
fight. Yeah.
fight.
Let them
You
fight.
see,
Let them fight.
I just you see, but here's the thing though. I just want to, because I spoke about this with my chat on Wednesday, where it's like the ironic thing about this argument, the ironic thing about this, not like I said, this is not a conversation, this is not an argument. AI is theft. It's based on the foundation of theft. But here's the thing: if AI decide to do it, if they did ethical AI,
Ethical
AI, say that they built the system completely on public domain artworks, copyright free artworks and licensed material. Like they literally like pray tell that they actually licensed artwork, right?
Right.
The ironic thing about it is that the end result would have still been the same. Their intention was to replace artists. Their intention was still to displace and to devalue our work. So even if AI were ethical, technically it isn't, because the entire reason it exists was to displace artists, right? The thing that we're arguing about is that if you want to use my artwork and my name as a prompt, you have to license that from me. That belongs to me. The whole thing about, oh, you can't own a style. Then why do you need my name as a prompt?
I remember
Right.
I was watching the other stream, and you make a really good point about that.
So all we're asking is that, you follow copyright law. You have to ask for my permission to use my artwork and my name to use to build your program. You see, yeah, a company can come out and say, okay, Anna, you have to take all your, I don't know, your Pokemon artwork. Nintendo is suing everybody. You have to take all your Pokemon artwork off your portfolio. You do it. There's no arguing. You can't turn around and say,
right.
oh, fight me. It's like, no, it's not your character. The problem in this case is that they're literally depending on artists not being able to do that, not being able to fight back. They're literally depending on us to not fight. So that's why we fight.
Well, closed source AI would be a great tool for a lot of
like
artists.
I said,
we talk about closed AI in the other stream too.
Yeah, because we have a friend who's experimenting with that. He's trying to build his own art assistant, which, like I said, I would have been more than happy to use AI for that.
But here's the problem: even with closed AI, if they build it, is who's to say someone is not going to exploit it and insert someone else's?
But that's what's happening now. It's like, look, they're using AI to fake entire histories. They're using AI to fake presidential candidates doing shit that they would never be caught doing.
Right.
I mean, it's it's beyond artists really, but we can only fight where
Right.
where it affects us directly.
And this is
So
where I think it needs to be talked about more.
mhm,
And people needs to be educated more.
yeah.
Like even so this whole Pensacon thing, right? So the girl, the image, I so there are a lot of information that I have not posted, for legal reasons. I got to keep all, I can't show all
Well,
my entire
but
hand
before you
parts.
continue, can you kind of just explain, like, give context to what Pensacon is and what's going on?
The recent drama, Pensacon is a local convention, like an hour away from me. It's about like 20 to 30,000. It's a pop culture con. They bring a lot of celebrities, and they don't have a convention center, so it's hosted in this giant ring, right? And around the ring are all artists. And some of them are great artists. Like I've done the show twice. They bring a lot of people in. The locals love it. But recently for this year, I actually did not even know. Someone brought it up to me and asked if it was AI. They had a book of a picture and speculated it was AI, and we did some digging. And I was like, there's no way, because this con has always supported artists. The thing was always about artists. And I've always recommended the locals to even try to apply to go there, because I think it's good to build that career.
Yeah, so
Oh
this
yeah,
is
there it is.
the artwork in question.
Well, actually, what they don't
There's
get
more
is
than that, too.
3 artwork in
Yeah,
question.
there's 3 pieces.
3, but they were very focused on that one.
Right.
So I can confidently say that it's AI. So are the other ones.
And so
yeah,
can Hive at 99.9%.
Yeah. Like if I saw that online, I would just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's AI. You know?
So apparently a lot of people saw that in person and questioned it too, but of course they don't say anything. And
Right, yeah.
I mean, how can you talk against such a big con, right? But yeah, it's a local convention. It's
I-
actually a very good con. So
Right. I mean, I know that I would have felt the way if I went to a convention and saw AI Detrius
If I was
on
in
their
that
covers.
artist alley, I would want my fucking money back.
yeah,
How
so
dare you
some
insult
people
me?
Right.
want their money back. And
Yeah.
some people have asked someone told me to ask a question. I thought it was a very interesting question. It's like, so do people get their refund back?
Right.
Lie to, and things like
Right.
that.
Because
So
the irony of it is that a lot of conventions, I mean, most conventions, they're usually proud of the artist that they get to be the official artist of the
it's
convention.
great.
Right,
Like,
right.
You know?
Oh, they were proud of this.
so from my experience, like I've lived here for 12 years, and all these people have gone to Pensacon. They know Pensacon. They always talk about the great artists. Every year, their book has always been designed by and drawn by an artist, a local artist, whatever guest artist, right? Like
Right.
I bought prints of it before. Yeah, Doggo's being good back there. He's a good boy. He's my manager. So this year, I didn't even go because they have not opened artist applications since 2020. Okay. Every
Huh?
year I've noticed.
What the fuck?
Okay. So every year I've noticed they bring in more and more celebrities.
Okay.
And they have not opened artist applications because every year I've looked. Or they have one year they opened it very last minute to maybe like let 3 new people in. It's like an invite only ring.
Oh, okay.
Invite
all right.
friends
That
only.
happens. Yeah.
It's whatever,
No,
right?
they want a
Invite us
refund because it's a slap in the face to the real artists who were lining their artist alley, bringing them money in. It was
bringing money.
insulting.
And I mean, if you're not up to date with the whole story,
Right.
I can up to date like a really quick TLDR. But they were lied to. And of course the con is very like, oh, whatever. I mean, there's a whole story about the con owner. But the thing is, so every year they have an artist do it. And this year I didn't go because I didn't get a table.
Right.
Whatever. I didn't get invited. I guess I'm not cool enough. Whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck? Like, who did this? I mean, it looks cool. I
Right,
can't
yeah.
lie, it looks cool.
No, exactly,
But like, I want
exactly.
to know who the artist is so I can
But
follow their
also,
work.
when it comes to conventions, it's unless it's San Diego Comic-Con, it's suspiciously above their pay grade.
It's very suspicious, right? And I saw the shirts. The
Right,
shirts.
right.
So the 2
So
shirts.
how did you
It's the
afford
same
that
image.
artist, an
It's
artist
the
of
same
that
image,
quality?
but not the same image at the same time.
Right, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you have the pictures of the shirts, but
No, I didn't. I didn't
okay,
save
I
all the
have
merch.
it. Don't worry. I have a small folder
I'm
ready
sure.
for you guys. But so it was that. Oh wait, no. Wait, there we go. Ah, share screen. I like this feature.
Ah, StreamYard is awesome.
Share window. Oh wait, no, share this one. Okay. Is it share? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one shirt. All right.
Uh-huh.
And then that's the other shirt.
It's yeah.
So I accuse them of 3, but they
Right.
keep talking about the 1.
Right.
And guess what?
What?
I found a very old work in progress of this picture.
Oh
But
no,
they don't know.
imagine that.
Oh, imagine that! I actually found it, and that one's the whole work in progress picture was also AI.
Isn't it funny how it's like on one hand they say, "Oh, we never have to hire artists again," but then they go through all this trouble to fake like they're artists.
Yeah.
It's like
Whoever saw that, you just saw a snippet of it. Don't worry, I have people thinking. I don't know why this picture came up, but so okay. So this picture, right? It looks cool.
Right.
Looks unusual. I mean, there's graphic artists. Okay. Come to find out, it looks nothing like any of her posted artwork. Nothing. I'm a bot. Hey, Steph. Hey,
Hi, Steph.
So here's the thing. So I asked them who the artist was.
Right.
They share the Instagram. Okay, cool. Look her up. People also who talked to me questioned it. They asked the guy. He couldn't tell them who the artist was. He said it was a staff member.
Okay, so all right, so who are they? I mean,
So
they're doing artwork like this. Who the fuck are they? I want to know.
Usually people are freaking proud of being on the cover, on the ship.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
And I looked at Pensacon page. The person was also posting under Pensacon, saying that she was signing all weekend, by the way. So why is your name not on it?
Right, yeah.
That's weird, okay? That's already a red flag.
Right, yeah, because because if you got the cover of Pensacon, yeah, because that's the thing. Any other convention, the artist is screaming to the hilltops. They did the artwork for the convention, that they're the official artist for the convention that year.
Like okay,
Look
like
at that,
seaweed hair. Okay, I get it. Seaweed hair, cool, whatever. But if you do a reverse search of it, you can find so many similar ones that are all AI.
Right.
Okay, cool, whatever. What if she used a reference and painted it? I'm like, there's no freaking way.
No.
I mean, that skill level is like I said, what makes you see, because I have this problem with romance novels. I'm in my romance novel era as well. I have more eras than Taylor Swift. And it is like if you don't see a name anywhere, 99.9% of the time it's AI. And usually it's like when you compare it to the books to the authors that do hire artwork, and then you compare it to the people who try to hide that the AI is AI. Like I said, it looks like, how did you afford that quality of painting?
Right.
How did you afford that?
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
This guy has money. He can afford. He had so many celebrities.
Right.
However, okay, so I look up the artist, right?
Right.
I thought that she was just selling plushies.
Right.
That's all I saw. I'm like, okay, so she has no art history. Okay, that's another red flag. Like, okay, you're on this level, but you never show your art.
Right.
I'm confused.
Right.
Yeah.
So I dig even deeper. And I start accusing shit, and that's where my whole drama post came in. And then the owner took it upon himself to drag everything on he was posting comments. Hey, this is her artwork.
Right.
He
Even
posted
though there's nothing
pictures.
on her portfolio that
Right.
even looks remotely
So,
like
Not
that.
even
this is
close.
digging and found Panda Cave
Yeah.
Studio. Okay. She has some artwork, but the first few ones are all AI.
Right.
It was like an AI Pikachu generated image,
The
and
same
Right.
thing on her Facebook
Panda
profile
thing,
before she locked it down.
and then her Facebook profile. Okay,
Right.
more red flags. I see it, but not enough for me to say whatever. So from what I understand, is the owner who was posting on my page and their page and deleting comments left and right, whoever opposed them.
And
So
blocking
they,
people.
so they
Fans.
posted more art. Okay, cool. But art community does what it does. It starts
Yeah.
digging,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
reverse searching, and what do you know? All the artwork that they posted and claimed that she drew, which she did, but that's another thing.
Oh, she did like literal tracing.
Yeah, some of them are tracing.
Right.
So
Some are
some of them
outright
are
blatant
stolen.
digital theft.
Yeah.
They're outright stolen.
Right.
She
Yeah.
took, like, one of them was Brianna Garcia.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I recognize that without knowing, without
my
seeing the
God.
credit at the bottom.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
She erased the whole thing. So
She
if
sure
you
the
know
fuck
how to
did.
edit, if you know how to edit like that, you know how to tamper with shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she put her own studio, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So more and more people are now chiming in
Right.
and getting in on the action and then posting their opinions. And of course, the owner, I assume it was the owner, started banning people.
Yes.
Threatening people
Left
to
and right.
attorney. Threatened me to attorney. That, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll see how this goes. I
Right.
know
Yeah.
you have money. I know you have money.
Right.
So yeah, So this makes me question, like, so I still have this up. So let me give you a snippet. So, okay, as an artist, right? So you have that beautiful piece, and this is kind of weird quality, but okay. So you got fingers. What the fuck is this little claw here?
All right.
Well, see, there was an accident and a shark bit his finger. That's just the bone sticking
Okay,
out.
okay, whatever. But why is this armor here different from this armor piece?
Because
right
yeah,
here?
it's like that's the one thing that have really
Inconsistency.
that when it comes to this type of artwork that I really look for is symmetry.
Yes.
That because even you can look at the helmet, and the helmet itself is not
Look at his
symmetrical.
nipple.
They're not symmetrical. Like it sucks at patterns,
Yes.
and it's just
Well,
like
the human touch, rather, because
yeah.
so if you're not an artist, and you might not know this, but we strive to be perfectionists, and
Yeah.
sometimes we don't let these little things get away. Like, look
Yeah.
at the muscles. This is not
Yeah.
this side is completely different from the other side.
Yeah, it's like it's that whole and patterns though, like
The hair, what is going on here?
I
Yeah.
mean, we all have our little tells,
Yes.
that's the thing, but like I said, it's like the average con goer is looking at that, and they're going, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's
They
really
don't
cool.
care. They don't care that in the end a computer did that.
And this image
Yeah.
is just completely different.
Yeah.
So,
It's
what the hell is going on in his beard?
yeah, it's
His eyes, different. Yeah, this is centered and it's not symmetrical. What is
Right.
this coming out? Like, why is this hair longer than the other?
yeah, it's
So those are some tell signs. But yeah, to the average person, hey, it's really freaking cool. I want to
Right.
buy that, and that's
Yeah.
who they're getting.
Yep.
And in the end, it's like that's what they're depending on, how this technology is going to go over, is that again, it doesn't have to be good, it has to be passable, and the average person doesn't know what good is.
And it's comic, it's coming
Right.
into the comic industry more
Yeah.
and more. People, even like I saw some advertisements on like local, like I think it was New York or whatever. people just pass by, they see it, and that's it. They don't
Yeah,
look
right.
closely or
Mm.
anything. Like
Yeah.
poor graphic designers, man. They
Right.
just work
Yeah.
hard
They're
for
just,
that.
yeah. But in the end, it's like that's part of the problem. People go, oh, what it takes in the time it takes you to do one piece, I could do 1,000
Right.
in, on AI. And I'm like, going, so what? It's like it's like you're telling me, it's like, oh, in the time that it takes you to eat a meal, I could vomit 5 times. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, all right. It's like, what, because in the end, they're not seeing artwork, they're seeing content. And
Right.
all content is to them is for them to do this. So it's like 30 seconds. As long as it looks good for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
they don't give a shit that it's like. But the ironic thing about it is, like, isn't that the frustration that artists have always been like in this age of social media, where we
Right.
spend like, hours and hours and hours on a painting and it gets like 5 likes?
Yep. Yep. But when we show a work in progress, we get like 100 likes.
Or it's like some stupid little doodle that all of a sudden it's like everybody's just hearts and shit. I mean, it's kind of like how Tina Turner, like her biggest hit, "What's Love Got to Do with It?" She hated that song. She hated that song, but it was her biggest hit. So it's kind of like, ah.
There was a
Yeah.
piece. Yeah, this was this
Right.
was the book.
Right. Now,
That's-
here's okay. So here's the thing. Okay, so just to kind of like rewind a bit. So of course, yeah, the question, so of course it's like you have people who keep saying, it's like, oh, well, if you use AI in one part of your life, you can't complain about it. As if everything is just it's just an and or situation, right? Well, if you use digital art, you can't complain about AI. There's no difference between digital art and AI. And I'm like, well, that's how I know you're not an artist. If you say they're both the same thing, then you're the one that shouldn't be talking about AI,
they're
because
not the same thing.
you literally don't know what you're talking about. So for everybody in the audience, how do you confront that? Oh, you use digital art, so it's the same thing.
By the way, when we're talking about AI, we're talking about generative AI.
Yeah, generative AI.
That trains on other artists. We're not talking about credit
Grammarly
cards or using your phone or
or
whatever. We're actually, earlier when we said we're
the
actually
thing
using AI to fight AI.
Right,
AI
exactly.
detection.
Yeah.
There are different types of AI. So, but yeah, they are absolutely not the same thing.
Right.
And for me, usually when someone says that they're the same thing, I just stop. I don't even argue with them.
You take
I don't.
you've
It's
gotten
not,
to that.
it's not worth
It's
it.
gotten to that point though, because some people are just pushing that point just to argue, to validate themselves for using AI in the future.
That they're more concerned about getting a gotcha than it is having an actual conversation.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because again, it's like they're using baby brain thinking. Oh, it's like it's either yes or no. It's either this or that. It's like, oh, you can't complain about this because you use this here. We live in a society.
So someone said text prompt inputs get a desired image. Does it though? It gives you so generative AI is more than just a text prompt. It has gone beyond that, because when you're talking about like actual artists who knows how to alter and paint and all this other stuff, it's more than just a text prompt. They go into these programs and do shit.
Right.
And then now they have a lot more actions that they can apply and things like that makes it even much more easier. I need to show you guys.
Right.
So I did join an AI group just to snoop what the whole how
like we
far
do.
we have gotten. Yeah,
my
how
alt
far we
accounts
have
are
gotten.
in AI groups just to keep an eye on things.
Yeah, and some of them are really scary, like
Yeah.
really freakishly. It's just you can't tell. But who's Whose bird is that? It's cute.
Oh, that's mine.
He's only
It's
cute until he starts being lewd.
right, yeah.
But you see, man, people make all these different images.
But again, these are just toys to them. This is just
Yeah.
them vomiting on a screen.
Like,
You know?
what the fuck?
But
You
it's
know?
kind of scary. Like this is a little believable. I don't
Well,
see messed up.
fashion-
Well,
well-
besides the messed up fingers, like if you cut that off,
Yeah.
Well, fashion houses have already been using AI models since 2020.
yes. But in 2020, it hasn't been that great. Right now, there are some that are really freaking scary. Like I have to double take, and I mean, people have been using AI to make fake Instagram models and making
Oh
money.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
OnlyFans
for sure.
models.
I think what Chad was telling us about, like
Yeah.
AI girlfriends
Yep.
now.
With his.
But here's the thing. Look. Here's the thing. Graphic, right? No one
Yeah.
can tell because they're meant to look like this.
Right.
Right.
This is AI.
Yeah.
So I mean, people just pass and go.
Right. But you see how you're scrolling? You see how that's exactly how this is meant to be consumed, literally.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just it's just to scroll. Oh, that's pretty. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh, that's pretty too. Scroll, scroll, scroll.
God.
It's not art in that sense, in the sense that we know
You
it.
can't tell them that.
You know?
You can't tell them that. See this?
Right.
It could be like a Snapchat filter on a real person.
Right. Yeah.
Jeez.
God.
But I mean, but the thing is though, it's like how I was explaining it on Wednesday, because I did answer that question. Well, how is doing digital art different from AI? It's like I still need to do the work.
Yes, you do.
That long and short of it, I still need to do the work. I can do a sketch in a sketchbook and I can
Right.
transfer it into Clip Studio Paint, but I still need to know how to finish the piece the way I want it to look.
Yes, and
Well-
I think that's why a lot of people are just hiring those who know how to configure AI art and know how to paint too, because they know how to fix it. And you still need the
Right.
human to fix the little things that
Well, you see, and I think that's the ultimate irony of the thing, because right now it's all the, like all the chuds are just like, oh, we never have to hire artists again and blah, blah, blah. It's our time now to shine. And all I can say is like, look, all you little nobodies getting your little hard-ons on these, enjoy your time in the sun. Because the second artists en masse decides, like, you know what, fuck it. If you're going to force us to use this technology, we're going to fucking use it. We're going to blow all of you out of the water.
You fuck.
basically.
Because could you, I mean, it's like, really, to have a real artist incorporating AI into their workflow, it's like, you're done. You're all done. All you wannabes, you're done.
Yep.
All the little chuds that can barely hold a crayon.
Right. You can't even do what babies do naturally. I mean, really, babies paint. Babies doodle. And it's like, and you guys can't even do that. But it's like, you're pressed that we know how to do that. And you think you're okay, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time. Because once we get our head, decide that we're going to put our hands in it.
Daphne Queen is coming out.
Back into the locker. Back into the lockers. Back into the lockers.
It's just very sad how it's
Yeah.
affecting the industry, especially like the game industry. A lot of them
Yeah.
are replaced already.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, what's ironic is that Google fired 30,000 people to replace them with AI. These are the people who developed.
And now they're like, oh, we have too much AI in our
we have
searches.
too
gotta
much
fix
AI.
this."
I really like. I was looking
It's
for
literally
references the
eating
other
their own.
day.
Yeah.
I was looking for references,
Oh,
just beach references, whatever.
no.
All I see is just this configured shit, weird lighting, weird.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you were talking about, being a digital artist. It's not the same as AI. Being a digital artist, it's still a person behind the screen.
Yeah.
They still need to know their fundamentals. The
Yeah.
right lighting. Yeah. Skynet. they still need to know how to draw the
Yeah.
anatomy,
Yeah.
understand lighting,
Mhm.
a human realistic
Well,
lighting.
my whole thing is that like even when it tries to fake like even the brush strokes are meaningless.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's like a texture. It's not actual brush strokes. I can
Yeah.
look at a Frazetta piece. I can look at
Right.
a Boris Vallejo piece and try to kind of like, okay, what were they thinking here? There's
Yeah.
no such thing in AI. That's why it's
Yep.
useless as reference
Yep.
because it's not showing me anything. I literally have to. It's kind of like going to a mechanic, but you have to know how to fix your car. What's the point? What's the point? Why do I have to
That's a good
sit here
one.
guessing what you're going to do if I could do it myself?
Right.
And it's like, and because of how AI has been completely swamping Google searches, it's completely useless to me now. I've been spending hundreds of dollars on art books again.
You've
I
got to be
thought,
careful with those too now.
oh no,
And that's
the ones that the ones that I've been getting, it's like I just recently got
I meant
the
for the
Boris
general
Vallejo.
population. I
Right.
know you're smart, Daphne.
It's like I know what I'm looking
see
for.
this is what
Yeah.
I'm worried about for the see, my thing is always the future generations because they're going to be the ones affected the most,
Yeah.
Right.
especially when they're
that's
coming
true.
out of college or being forced to use AI. Like there
Yeah.
are high school and college courses you have
Yeah.
to use AI.
Well,
Even
now
if
you
don't
can't
like
even
it.
write a resume without optimizing it for AI.
Oh my
Right.
god.
I mean, yeah, it's like, look, I mean, everything. It's like now it's like they have AI reading over resumes. Like you have to get past the fucking robot to even get anywhere,
The hell?
which means, yeah.
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 That's
And
weird.
what's even worse, if the AI is being used to make decisions that once the AI makes, no human wants to go over it. Oh, well, the AI says we can't hire you because it doesn't know what freelancing
Right.
means.
What
So
was
we
it?
can't hire you.
That
You
that
know,
is that is really messed up.
so
And see, these
yeah,
are things
so
that we learn
we're having
that
AI
we're not aware.
forced on us anyway,
Right.
Yeah.
you know?
But now, like, but in the in the art industry, so how like you guys got kids, right?
No.
Yes,
Well, she does.
I
She
do.
has
So
all
you're
of
a
them.
lot
She has
younger.
all
I
of
have
them.
an artist that's
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah. So when comes time and they take college courses and it requires you to use AI, what are they gonna do?
Right.
Bro, that's going to
Conform?
be a bridge that we're going to have to cross when we get there right now.
Because in this Artists Against AI group, someone brought up a good point because she used to be in the med field and now is getting
Also,
graphic design.
my kid goes to the University of YouTube
Well, yeah.
and
Oh,
natural talent.
really?
Yeah.
And
Okay,
natural
that's
talent.
natural.
So,
Yeah. So this person went from medical nursing to graphic design, but they have AI being forced upon them. Of course, they're against AI. It's like, what do you do?
Right.
What do you do? Let's say you're in a company for so long, and
Yeah.
yeah,
they
you
all
got to
put
get a
one AI.
religious
What do you
exemption
do?
now.
Like, what do you do? Do you quit? You got family, you
Right.
got kids. Like,
Right, exactly.
do
And that,
you? Is this
yeah.
the whole adapt or die? I don't like the whole adapt or die
No,
mentality.
I think that's
I didn't.
stupid. Because when those 30,000 Google employees got fired, right? And like I said, it's like they got fired because Google got these people helped develop AI, and now they're being replaced by the thing that they
That's
helped develop,
funny.
right?
Oh, how ironic.
30,000, right? It's like
The irony.
remember years ago when they were saying learn code. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, just learn, like when unemployment was at an all-time high and all of these tech guys were saying, oh, learn code, learn coding, right?
Right.
So I told my mother about the 30,000 people that got fired by Google. And she goes, without missing a beat, she goes, wow, that's a lot of people who could learn to be plumbers.
Ah,
And it was just like really funny, just like, and she was serious.
Do
She
love your
goes, no, it's
mom.
like we need plumbers, we need people who can be,
Welders
carpenters
now.
and welders. It's like they could
Right.
all do that now. They could all do
ugh.
that. And it's like, and I go, so
You had
there you
something
go.
to
So
say.
for all you tech bros that said we should learn to code, you guys need to learn to plumb.
Yeah, learn to plumb. Right, Pepper? Learn to plumb.
Oh.
Yeah, learn to plumb.
Look at
Yeah.
those black toe beans. Oh my god.
She's
Yeah.
a
I do
black
love
eyed
black
pea,
toe
Toby.
beans.
Sorry,
Yeah.
cat distraction. But
You know,
the thing. Yeah, okay, bye. So So that's my worry.
Right.
The
Right.
younger generations, the ones
That's
that do
true.
want to be like, what's going to happen to the creative industry?
Right.
Well,
Well, what's going
what
to
do you-
happen? Yeah. Well, what's going to happen is probably what's going to happen that what happened in trucking. So remember years ago, they were saying, "Oh, self-driving cars, self-driving trucks, that whole thing," right? Yeah. So it's like, so what happened because they were pushing this whole technology that in the end they had to back away from, right? Because it was, oh, it's unsafe. Oh, go figure.
Killing everybody.
Well, right. But what happened is that because of the hype that they were putting behind replacing drivers with AI, with AI trucks, essentially, that's what it is.
Right.
A lot of people
Scary.
went into different industries.
Yep.
So now there's a trucker shortage.
Yep.
Whenever you hear about, oh yeah, supply chain issues, a part of that is because there are driver shortages. But it's because they chased people out of their own industry by hyping self-driving cars, by self-driving trucks and self-driving airplanes. So I think that I think that in the end, it's like even these companies who get AI, if they start using AI rampantly, they're going to realize they still need artists for this to look right. And what's happened is that they would have chased a lot of people out from the industry because of that.
And
So
that's my
I
concern
think,
with the whole conventions too. Like,
yeah,
Right.
when you start using AI, okay, if you
and
have a
mind you,
stance,
no, and mind you, a lot of conventions have already chased out a lot of artists because all they focus on are celebrities
Right.
and pop culture.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to a convention and not see artists there.
Yep. And that's where I thought or assumed Pensacon was kind of going. Like, they only invite their circle friends, because this year I was told that the artist alley was literally halved.
Right.
Wow.
It's then they bring in more and more celebrities. So that was another thing where it's like, you say you support artists, but do you really? You say you support local,
Right.
but do you really? They
Right.
also bully other conventions out of the area.
Yeah.
They
Who
have
they think they are?
threatened-
Repop?
Well, they also have. Well, they probably think they are the repop of
Yeah.
Pensacola, I guess. Apparently,
Especially now, because the stories coming out the woodwork
Right.
is all over the internet,
he's coming
all
back
over
from a
social
cruise
media.
today, so
Oh.
I'm expecting
Oh,
like
how
a
nice
rash
of him.
internet
Oh, how
vengeance.
nice of him. Oh, good. We're gonna fuck around and find
I'm
out.
gonna. So the thing is, like, he more oh man, I lost my train of thought, man. More celebrities, less artists.
Yeah.
Right.
He chases people out, and he also threatens agents. If you book for this con, I will not book you, and you're blacklisted. That's
Holy
why all these
shit.
yes. So that's why a lot of the local cons here are not
Right.
successful, because he chases them out.
Right.
So this year
Yeah.
we're trying to, or some of us are trying to, push back because of all of this too. And I mean, I hate that the celebrities are having to.
Look, I mean,
Not the celebrities. They got enough monies. They can
yeah,
have their
that's
own
true.
con.
I'm
They
not
don't
concerned
need
about
Pensacon
celebrities.
anyway. It's like,
Yeah.
what? So
They don't
they
need
chase
that.
the local cons on. They have done like little small shows on the same days or the same time as the other shows to chase them
Right.
out. So it's shitty like that too.
Right.
And he also has like the Florida representative on his side or
Right.
something. And by the way, he also doesn't fully own the con. He only owns partial, because the owner of it years ago went to jail because of spice.
Ouch. Whoops.
But as a con, if you support AI, just say so.
Well, at least it's better than Philadelphia Comic-Con, where the convention owner went to jail for murder.
Oh,
Well, there's that.
why is
there's
it always like all these like stories? So if you're a con and you want to support AI and you make a stance of it, whatever reason it is,
Right.
say so. If you're a con and say you don't support AI, then be
That
that
was
way.
the
Don't
hardest
have
hit
a
with
fucking
Pensacon.
AI
Pensacon-
workshop that
Right.
even had a typo.
Thank you, workshop.
that even had a typo. Someone had the audacity to even explain, "Oh, they're not using AI. It's just,
They're
create
just
a prompt
stupid
or
on their
whatever."
own.
I'm like, "No, they're using AI
AI
and
was all
teaching."
over this con,
And
and the fact that they were fucking denying it and trying to rationalize what they had done and everything, it gets more and more fucking comical.
oh, yeah, and
Pensacon
then
is a joke.
and then if you look further, last year they had a panel. I mean, the cause, it was a good cause, except that they mixed AI in it. It's for education and for gaming, and it's mainly targeted for military and veterans. But they're trying to put AI in it, and okay,
Yeah.
so it was last year.
Look,
Last year.
AI is like AI is like sugar, It's like how it's in everything, even when it doesn't need it,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, allergens, it's like, why is soy in everything?
So
It's
so
like
as
that type
as
of
a
thing.
con, if you don't
Why
make
is
a
AI
stance, it's
in
actually
everything?
safer for you. But if you're gonna make a stance that you're against AI, don't use an AI
Yeah,
image
don't use
art.
AI art.
Right.
Use monitor. Take Dragon Con, for example. They announced that they are against and will ban anybody using AI, and they will have the staff to walk around and monitor.
Right.
Yes.
Versus, who was it? I don't know if you guys are familiar. There was a case with an SDCC girl that so she applied and she got an SDCC.
Okay.
Cute art, whatever. At her table, she was selling a bunch of fucking AI
Oh,
art.
that's the chick they kicked out in the middle of the convention.
Yeah, but
Really?
Yeah.
Good for
but
them.
but a lot of people are like, "Oh no, she didn't get kicked out. She got walked away." Bleeding Cool covered it, and I'm like, "Look, the guy that reported it, he's a big dude against AI thing, and the artists around it, they saw her get escorted out. I don't
Yeah.
know what is true, but I saw the pictures of
There was a
people taking,
video, and now
yeah,
it's gone.
Oh,
the
of course there's a
of the
video.
portfolio, but there are pictures of the portfolio. It's Niji Midjourney. I
Right.
think it's one of the settings. It's like an anime-esque, a lot of swirlies. Yeah,
Right.
Rob, did you see it? So,
Well,
okay, of course she makes up this story, right?
of
Just like
course
this
she
panda
does.
girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a break from social media.
Oh, yeah,
Of
Everybody
yeah.
course you
bullying
are,
and
just like Panda.
Right.
I'm
Right.
like,
Well,
okay,
here's the funny thing though. Um, okay, so we got, we're almost at the an hour and a half mark. Today is a special, so we're gonna run for an hour and a half. So
sorry.
it's already no, it's
Okay.
okay. Um, but so you know what? Because that is kind of funny, because it's like when you were accused, because they actually tried to accuse you of being
Of
Yes.
being
AI,
AI.
And
you
guess
know,
fucking what?
you
Yeah.
know, and right, and the first and see that part I
Here,
saw.
bitches. Here,
Right,
bitches.
where it's
It was
like, you go,
great.
"Oh,
It was
that's
great.
cute. Here's my process. Here," and you have the whole
Yes.
procreate process. Go eat shit. So, right, but meanwhile, these artists that oh my god, I have to stay away from social media. I can't talk to anybody. You've accused me.
Everybody's
Lose.
look.
I can't face anybody.
I have
You know,
empathy because she did have a fire back in 2019, but she claims it was $20,000 worth of artwork gone. Like what? Of stolen artwork?
Right? Right.
Okay, so you have empathy.
okay, so what artwork have you done since then?
I
Because
brought receipts. People
right,
have been
exactly.
bringing me receipts.
Yes.
People of the whole local area has been bringing me tons of receipts, and I'm just like, oh my god, thank you.
Because the thing is like, because the quote, the Mark Twain quote, I only tell the truth because I hate remembering things.
Yes.
So it's like, because it's like if someone were to say, oh, you use AI, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I just have to break out my sketchbook, and
I guess I'll just have to
I
break
guess
everything out.
I guess I just have to show you my sketches then. Oh, I'm sorry about, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, try again, right?
Like,
Let me draw something for you, like that lady in Big Eyes where she was painting in court while her husband was claiming that the artwork was his, that he was the one who did the paintings.
Oh, you draw it too.
Yeah, it's like, well, she's literally painting in court. It's like, oh, it's like
But
like
here's
I
the
don't
thing.
know. Yeah.
It's gonna get to the point where, sure, artists has history, right?
Yeah.
But some of them started putting AI in their work. And
Right.
because they know they have history, they started using, I will use this guy as an example because I
Right.
am absolutely
Right.
freaking sure. Victor Garduno or whatever, that rogue piece.
Oh God, it was
Yes.
awful. Yeah.
He's an artist. He does likeness, color pencil, great.
Right.
But
Right.
you know, he's a copy artist, whatever. And he says he came out with this rogue, his first ever digital art piece.
I think I know
And
the piece you're talking about.
Yeah,
yes,
I sent it to you at one time. This was a while back.
yes. But you
Right.
know, he was claiming, no, it's not AI. Look at all my work. But he started banning and blocking people who have accused him. And
Right.
then he tried to insult me in the DMs.
Right.
And he showed a fake work in progress. So eventually you're going to
Well,
have these kind of
uh,
things that come
yeah.
up where there are people who can draw and they're
Right.
starting
Right.
to mix up AI.
Right.
So it's like it's getting harder and harder.
Right. Yeah.
That's why it's important to record your process
Yes.
through and
Yeah.
through. That's why it's important to have a digital portfolio. It's
And also,
essential.
yeah, and also here's the thing too, because I think that what a lot of people miss, I think like the average person doesn't understand about art in general. And a lot of these people who are like very rah AI and whatnot, they don't understand is that the final image is actually secondary most of
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like, look, I don't digitally paint, but it is something I want to experiment with. Okay, say I could run my own artwork through an AI and it'll render it for me. It's
Right.
like, okay, now I have a painting version. It's my artwork, but the AI put this painting filter on top of it. What do I learn from that? You know, all I learned from that is I can run my artwork through a filter. I mean, technically, I can do that in Photoshop now. You know, it's like I can run one of my color pieces and it'll turn it into like an Andy Warhol looking piece, or it could turn it into like a Lichtenstein, or it could turn it into like a watercolor. But
Anybody can go to Hobby Lobby and buy paint by
But here's
number.
the thing,
you
some
know,
of
but
the
but I learned nothing from that. I
Right.
don't learn what I have to do with watercolor to get it to look a certain way. I don't learn how I need to prepare oil paints to get it to look that way. It's like,
But-
shit, I can't even like know what brushes in Clip Studio Paint to use properly just by it's like the process is part of the art, not the final result. I mean, would you agree with that, or you don't agree with that?
well, the thing is, people who are doing this, they don't care about that. They
Right.
care about what comes in their pockets.
Right.
So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but you know, it's the same
Yeah.
as these retailers who
Right. That's the one. Yeah, this one
Yeah,
I was
this
just
is
they
one I
like,
sent
care
you.
what
yeah.
lines in their pockets.
Right.
This guy
Like
can
the
draw,
base
but
artwork could be his, but in the end, like, what did he learn? You know, from just
nothing.
running this
Not a
through a
damn
That
thing.
he
filter.
could fool people and get more money because he sold a bunch of these copies
Yep.
to
Right.
wholesalers.
Right.
So here's the thing, like even the comics we pointed, like I think this is the original one before he edited. So lighting. The lighting is all wrong. It doesn't match. Artists don't do that. What the hell is this line? Then it stops?
And then it stops.
Then it
Yeah.
stops. Okay. Oh, another thing about
belt.
the older AI is their belts are usually fucked up. And then there was some covering, and then the shoes are different, and then
Well, the funny thing about the belt is that the belt, if there's an original piece underneath this, it's kind of like it didn't know what to do with that. And it's
Yes,
like it's kind
right.
of like it couldn't tell how to turn that 2D belt into a 3D-ish belt.
right. And you know, you see several different renderings too. Like, you know, this looks like he edited on top, while
Right.
this is not his. This is AI.
Right.
See how two of them are different? Artists
Absolutely.
don't do that. And you see this coat with the zipper? Where's it on this side? Why is this side shorter than the other side?
Right. Oh yeah,
Right.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
So these are things that people, I mean, look over here. Artists
What is
don't
that?
do this.
Right.
Where's this
Like-
lighting from?
Well, you see, you know, not But the thing is, though, is that usually when artists make mistakes or they leave mistakes in a piece, it still looks like it's part of the piece.
Yeah,
I mean,
it makes sense.
I don't paint like this at all. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I couldn't get my work to look like this. But the thing is, though, like even with my pen and ink stuff, there's still little things that I don't know. There are mistakes that I keep consistently making that I think in the end is like that's how those are my tells. That's how you can tell you're looking at my artwork.
Yeah. No, I get it. I
You
mean,
know?
so these are things that mistakes artists don't naturally make. Like, what is this? So the thing about the rendering is different. The coloring is different. This arm rendering
Yes.
is not as sharp as this one. And I don't
Mm.
understand what the hell's going on with the breast. And there's a nude version. It's even worse.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then the lighting. What the hell is this lighting? So this does look like he did botch it or try to paint or pretend or whatever. And this
Two
guy made a
completely
work in
different eye
progress.
shapes.
He made a work in progress video, and you know most AI artists do. They record it after the fact. They
Yeah.
put a layer on top of this, do a sketch, and erase it to look
Yeah,
like they're
They
coloring.
bring it backwards. Yeah.
Right.
And but the
So
thing
it's
is,
like a
though, is that
reverse
when I see those, they don't make any sense. There was another artist who tried to do that. They posted, "Oh, this is my process," and I'm looking and I'm staring at it, and it's like I don't see anything here.
right.
What's going on? I don't understand what's going on here. This doesn't look like any process that I've ever seen.
Exactly.
But again,
so that's
but
why
it,
a lot of
yeah.
artists knows more.
Yeah. But
The
again,
public.
it's like in the end, all of this, it's not for us. All
No.
of this is for the randos who are going to buy this. They're gonna spend $50 buying it to get
Oh.
CGC graded
Oh,
and call it a day.
They spend a lot of people
Yeah.
spend so much money. There are so many groups that are
Yeah.
buying this. Look, I mean, the torso looks fine to me. It's the yeah. I mean, a lot of people draw messed up torsos, but
You
it's
know,
just a lot of differences in
it's
here.
very because to me, it's like even if it
the
was
fabric folds.
you know, like again, his artwork is underneath that. It just comes off as very overly unnecessarily rendered.
Mhm.
It's unnecessarily. I think that that's for me. That I think that that might be my biggest tell for AI. That it looks that a lot of the detail work looks incredibly unnecessary. You know, I don't know how to explain it really. Like this just looks like too much going on.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
suspect it,
You know?
especially as an
Yeah.
artist, go
Yeah.
with your gut feeling. There's something off.
Yeah.
And it's funny because now these days, every I think most people's like, is this AI? Is this AI?
Yeah.
Is this AI? But you know, you have pieces.
Right.
A lot of people don't know this.
That's Loish.
Loesch.
Yeah.
But a lot of
I
people don't know
friends
her.
with Loish.
She is the most trained artist. People use her
Yeah,
name
she was
so much.
Yeah, she's one of the like they literally owe her money in
Yes.
It's
royalties.
pioneered. Like she's one of
It's
the
like
people
her,
that you know.
Art Germ,
Sakimi.
Sakimi Chan. Yeah,
Sakimi?
it's yeah, really. It's like and what's even worse is that I swear to God, we're in the stupidest timeline.
Oh,
You
this
know,
is like
The dumb
where
ages.
you know where it's like you know where now people are accusing Sakimi Chan of
Oh,
looking
yeah.
like
Yes.
AI, and it's like, oh my God, just you know, I don't want to know anybody anymore.
And it's these people who
Yeah.
don't know who these artists are, and
Yeah.
like Ross,
Yeah,
Ross,
yeah,
League of Legends, like especially in the comic industry because they've never seen art out. Like I can't
Yeah.
say never. A lot of artists don't know a lot about the art that's outside of the comic industry, especially
Yeah.
the game industry.
yeah,
With like League of Legends,
yeah,
you know, Blizzard. It all
yeah,
looks
Right.
different, looks
yeah,
fine, but look, this is Derek Chu's recent artwork.
yeah.
And a lot of people are accusing him of AI.
When no AI trained on this.
Yep.
Yes. AI
This is
trained on
why
this.
AI looks the way it does because it trained on his work,
Right.
Yeah.
not
See,
the other way
even
around.
with
I
his
mean, really,
hair,
we're in
it
the
makes
dumbest.
sense.
Yeah,
The hair makes sense. It's not random.
yeah.
Right.
These little weird strands. Yeah.
Oh, and if anything is hyper sharp.
Right. Yeah,
Hyper
exactly.
sharp.
Like I said, it's unnecessarily detailed.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's something unnecessary about the amount of like the level. That's why I said that it's like if you know, like for a convention like Pensacon to have that type of
Right.
artwork, it's like, how did you afford that?
Disgusting.
You know, I mean, it's like you know, when I see those paintings on these romance books from authors I've never heard of, and then compare them to their peers, it's like, how did you afford that? No, this has to be AI. There is no, that is way above your pay grade. That artwork.
What if
You
they
know?
have money? What if they're made of money? You can't
No,
judge
no,
them. How dare you
most
judge
of the
them?
time, you know, it's like you know what? When you're in indie spheres long enough, you know, ain't nobody got money.
Oh, it was a gift. It was a
We
gift.
all broke. We all
Yeah.
broke.
It was
But
a gift.
but Pensacon actually claimed that it was given to them. It was gifted.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing. It's one thing, okay, you got duped by your friend. Admit it. You it was a
Right.
mistake.
Right.
You,
It
But you know
happened.
what?
didn't know it was the act. You
I
probably
think
didn't
for
know
the
it was
amount
the
of I think for the amount of pushback, I don't think they were duped. I think they knew exactly what they were getting, and they were just upset that they got called out on it.
Yeah.
But I
But
mean,
that's
like,
speculation. We can't
right?
prove
Yeah, it's
that. But
allegedly,
yeah,
allegedly.
you
can't
want to
You
prove
know?
a
sue me
murderer
based
is
on
a murderer.
opinion? It's
I keep saying this today. I can't
What?
prove a murderer is a murder because I don't know 100% fact. Only the murderer knows if they murdered
Well,
someone.
here's
But
and
we
also here's
collect
the funny.
evidence
Well, you see,
to
Right.
here's
stand
the
trial.
thing too. Yeah, well, because and also here's the thing too. Only legally, I had to look this up for something. I forgot what I was researching. Legally, only a judge can say somebody is a murderer. That's why everyone says alleged, because until a judge says you're a murderer, you're not a murderer. You know, and also it's the same thing. Also, to dovetail it in, it's the same thing with fair use. You can't just like say, "Oh, this is fair use." No, only a judge can say it's fair use or not. You can't just come out and claim this is fair use. Only a judge can do that. So,
Maybe that's why they're so like, oh, this is not AI. You're wrong. You don't. It's not 100% until
because
the judge says so.
I tell it to
Okay,
the judge, you know,
sure,
yeah, exactly. You know, so
sure.
it's like, okay, whatever, you know. Oh my goodness. So,
See, I have
so
to do this again tomorrow, and I have another
yeah.
stream next week, and then another stream. But see, this folder, it's a folder of can you pick which one's AI or not?
Right, yeah. You know, the pixels.
Yeah.
It's
So
like, you know, but I mean, unfortunately, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I guess it's like somebody has to take the hit for the team. I guess.
yeah, I
and
mean,
thank you for stepping up for it, and thank you for
thanks.
not
I
going into
dude.
silence, dude. Because so many people, especially in the smaller circles, we take abuse and shit all the time. We are. It is ingrained in us to shut
Right.
the fuck up and take it.
Right.
And you
Don't rock
stood
the
up
boat.
to the beast, and I am like so thrilled to have you here for that reason.
You.
Like
I'm
epicness,
scared
epicness.
shitless.
But you know what? You have an entire community rallying behind you.
And I thank
Yeah.
you guys for that, by the way. It
Uh-huh.
really makes me feel a lot better, and the fact that people do agree and have the same alignment, especially about
Right.
Pensacon. Maybe
Yeah,
it's time to change of hands or something.
Right. I mean, honestly, it's like I really don't. I don't know. It's like I would like to think that all of this, like with the hype with the self-driving cars, that that it's the hype that's big, not the actual technology.
Right.
I don't think that the technology is as ingrained as they want it to be, or they want you to think that it is. You know, everybody talks about, oh, you know, yeah, adapt or die. Just, you know, oh, that's just, it is what it is. And it's like, look, all I'm saying is that it's not that, you know, we're
if it's adapt or die, they don't have to tell us to adapt or die. We would just adapt or die.
And it's just, you know, but the thing is, I was like, look, like I said, I think the tragedy of this whole thing is that this could have been a tool that we all could have been really taking advantage of. I would have loved to have been able to use AI to manipulate mannequins to like get poses exactly the way I need them.
They
Instead
have
of having
something like that.
well, you have to pose them yourself. I'm, you know, it's like something a little bit, for me, I'm thinking something a little bit more streamlined. It's like to be able to look up backgrounds, to create backgrounds the way I would want, I need them, and then work from there. I mean, that's why this whole thing disappoints me, because I could have been using this too and enhancing my work with it, and really using it to streamline my process. But instead, no, we have to sit here fighting this bullshit.
Right.
Because some people got greedy. They
you
got
know,
greedy and want to.
so yeah, so hopefully, so thank you so much for coming on the show.
No problem. I'm sorry. It rambled on and on.
No,
But I
no,
hope
no. That's
people
why we
learn
brought
from
you
this
here.
in some way.
Exactly. I mean, I figure it's like, all I'm hoping is that at least for me and Nita, that we don't have to talk about this for a while.
Are you sure?
I know, right?
Are you sure?
But,
Someone's gonna bring it up.
Of course, really. So, so at this point, at this juncture, why don't you tell the people where they can find you if they want to see true artisanal human-made
art.
Human art.
Well, one, of course, my Facebook. But down here, my website, you can look at some of my work there, and then of course my Instagram. Do I have to type it all out?
No, I've got it in the show notes.
Oh, there you
so-
go.
And I'll put
My
it into the
Instagram,
short
I
comments.
mainly post there. If you want to be looped in the whole drama stuff, it's on my personal Facebook. But I do have a private group that's mainly for art.
Okay.
If you just want to see art, work in progress, or latest events, or where I'm going, what I'm doing, what new projects are coming, you can join something called Anna's Sketchbook. And yeah, that's about it.
There we go.
I don't really do Twitter a whole lot, or X.
No, right now.
I go there when Meta's down, like the other day.
Yeah. That's the first time I've been over there in forever, and it was just to make sure my Facebook wasn't finally hacked.
Holy crap! I thought I was getting hacked by the Pensacon.
No, I know.
Everybody
thought they were being
trying to
hacked.
attack me now.
Yeah, no.
Also, the importance of 2FA, people.
Yeah,
2FA,
that's true.
all your accounts. Do it. Protect yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, two-factor authorization.
Yeah.
I do that, and I'm like, wait, oh gosh, shouldn't Anna be in bed? Zergy, welcome. Hi, my best partner in crime. Also
Oh, you're so is it you're a night owl?
I'm a night owl, but
So
right now,
nocturnal.
because of this, I am doing a correction.
All
So I
right.
will, unless I just decide to not.
We're gonna fix it.
Hey, Zerdy, what's up, man?
Oh,
I'm
there
actually
you go.
gonna go with him in Huntsville.
So Nita, you have any final thoughts for the peoples about this?
I have no final thoughts, Daphne.
sure?
My brain is just like so scrambled right now.
Right.
Like this is what happens when somebody wants to call someone out and say fuck around and find out. Well,
Right.
we did fuck
Oh my
around
God.
and we are finding
Well,
out.
see, for my sake, I'm still like I tell people I'm giving it a month. I'm
Right.
waiting for, like, if he's gonna file a lawsuit, attorney, whatever. I don't care what other people say. I'm giving a month just to be safe. Never know, but if he really wants to fuck around, find out, I guess I'll play the game.
Right.
He's not the only one with money.
Right.
Just kidding.
Right.
I'm broke as shit.
Well, like I said,
guess what? We love GoFundMe sometimes.
It's okay. We love GoFundMe, but no, I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
I just look, guys. Just if something looks AI, just question it. Look at it, or just hire an artist you know.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Support an artist you know. There's so many out there.
Yeah.
And they need jobs. They want money. They got people.
Yeah, exactly.
They need jobs. They need your support.
You can't say you love this medium and then
Right.
abandon the artists, just because because I get my fix doing this. I mean,
Hey, Arlen, my favorite cosplayer in the world. Really, AI and ChatGPT? I would love to keep talking, but
no. You know what? It's like,
Yeah.
we have art to do. That's what it is. We have art to do.
I have other shows that I'm going to be going on, so
Right.
we can talk about other topics there too.
There
but
you go.
That's
There you go.
interesting. Yep.
So I want to thank everybody who joined us in the chat today. Thank you to all the new people who came over to support Anna. Thank you so much, and I hope you kind of you enjoyed us as well. But hey, if you're here
Whatever
for Anna, I
this is.
understand.
Yes,
I know.
I
Thank
understand.
you so much for
I'm
everybody
here for
joining
Anna.
in, listening.
Sure.
Thank you for inviting me to the show. I've been, kind of like wanting to be on the show because you guys are awesome, but
Thank
and
you.
knowing more. Thank you for having us artists here and talking about,
absolutely.
and always supporting the
Yeah.
artists in the Indie Comic Network.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
what we're
everybody
all about.
follow, like them, all of
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do what she says.
We got
Don't
it
do it.
endorsed.
Yeah.
Anna approved.
There
Anna
you go.
approved.
Yeah.
Anna approved.
Thank
So,
you so
yeah.
much.
No, thank you,
And
everybody,
yes,
for
and
just
I want to
hanging
thank
out.
all the beautiful eyeball people for like holding up against the glass like this, like goldfish.
Yeah.
Like this. It's like, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for enjoying the show from regions beyond wherever you were listening. I hope you got work done while you were listening to us. Hopefully. So whatever you did, it was cool. I hope you got it done. So, and in terms of the rest of us, if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and everything else, everything else that's going on, including my upcoming campaigns, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGEOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. If you are interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates, and whatever live news I might have. And also you can find me here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage art, for 500 plus videos of me drawing artwork in real time and not real time, but I'm always drawing artwork. And you can join me for my semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours of me just drawing and talking to the chat and talking about whatever comes to mind while you're literally watching me do artwork. It's kind of like a convention without having to worry about AI covers. Yeah, without AI covers on your t-shirts and things. So also in the meantime, you can read Eager Raven, Air the First Unicorn for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. Again, thank you everybody for supporting the campaign and that the books are at the printers right now. I will update once I get them back. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. So you can catch up on the series so that you can catch up on the Kickstarter as well. The link is in the show notes and in the chat. It's on pre-launch right now for Tears of the Mother, so that's going to launch in later on this year. So make sure that you sign up so that you get notified when the campaign goes live. So that's it for us from here in Artland. So thank you so much everybody for joining us. We will see again. I will see today's Friday. So we will see you on Monday.
Friday.
We will see you on Monday again for another edition of the Rage Into the Vlogs show. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, nobody can accuse you of being AI. And you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again.
Amen.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.